Professor Bohlmann. My name is Sierra Shelton. I'm in your Speech 1321 course. Today, I will be delivering my informative speech over travel preparations. Travel early and travel often. Live abroad if you can. Understand other cultures than your own. As your understanding of the other cultures increases, your understanding of yourself and your own culture will increase exponentially. Tom Freston. This quote really resonates with the topic at hand. Because with travel, you get to meet so many different people from so many different backgrounds, culturally and environmentally speaking. And so, with that, you get more insight on how the world works, and you can be more critical on how your culture works, and as well as yourself. Today, I will share the steps that are required for international travel by U.S. standards. Everyone wants to travel at one point or another in their life, but not everyone knows the process that goes into it, myself included. Recently, I was presented with the opportunity to travel to India. This presentation will save you the research and help establish a timeline to which you should get things done. November of this year, I will be traveling to India for approximately a month and a half. I will walk you through the three main steps that are necessary prior to boarding that flight. It is a commonly known saying that the devil is in the details, meaning that in order to have a successful trip abroad, one must make certain all of the prep work is completed well before you board the first transatlantic flight. First things first are the governmental documentation. The main one being your passport. You want to make sure your passport doesn't expire 6 months from the date you leave. If it does, or if you don't have one, then it is time to apply for a new one. On average, it can take between 4 to 6 weeks. This is directly from the State Department. Depending on where you're planning to travel, you must check the requirements for each destination because they can vary from place to place. Some countries require securing your visa prior to departure. Others do not require a U.S. citizen to have a visa at all. Some may require you to get a visa on arrival. So it really depends on where you're going, and that is directly from the State Department. Next thing is to make health and safety a priority. Get vaccinated. Ensure not only your safety, but the safety of the people around you. CDC. So, register your destination or your itinerary. Register your trip with the State Department for coordination with the local embassy or consulate in event of an emergency or a disaster. I got this information from NEA Insurance. Fees, transportation, lodging can add up when traveling abroad. Being financially prepared is essential when you decide to travel. Also, budget for the unexpected. The fees for an expedited applications, visas, and vaccinations add up quickly. So it is smart to plan ahead, roughly 6 months ahead. So you have time to save and you have time to get all your shots and your visa and your passport together. Vaccinations for my travel alone to India can cost anywhere from $800 to $2,000 and require at least 2 weeks. A month in advance is suggested medically. So, with that being said, you want to plan to get your vaccinations ahead of time. It's even better if you have an insurance that covers preventative care. Such insurances are Blue Cross Blue Shield, HMO. Um, Vaccination is approximately with insurance. Vaccination is approximately $20 to $40, with you just having to put your cash out for the copay. This came from Cost Helper. Okay. So now we're getting to the nitty gritty. The cost for airfare, hotels, meals, communications, transportation, and guides. The average cost for an international trip in 2013 was $3,251, well above the previous years of 2005 when the average was $2,000. Given it's been a couple years since the study has been put out by Value Penguin, the cost, I believe, will inevitably have increased. So, although traveling does take a lot of forethought, preparation, time, fiscal resources, the experience that you gain during your travels are priceless. Traveling, it leaves you speechless, then turns you into a storyteller. Ibn Battuta. If you are planning to travel abroad, remember, after all of the logistics are covered, plan to get yourself out of your shell, embrace the wonder of the destination, and explore your own inner thoughts. Just make sure you have all your bases covered. Thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoyed my presentation over travel.